Alright, so here's a quick breakdown of how I made this effect. Overall, we're using a large animation with a whole bunch of different stuff keyed. I'll try to run through this quickly. We got our post-processing here that is only active for this quick burst moment. Alright, so let's look at some of these particles here. We've got all of these kind of anticipation particles. They take a second to kind of ramp up, but you can see the dust forming in the little circles and the lights. So those all ramp up over, I don't know, 6 seconds or so, maybe more. Nothing too crazy there. Then we've got our flare anticipation stuff. So this is like this build up here of all of these lights. Can kind of break these down a little bit. You've got that one's just a quick burst, and then we've got a few others. That one's just a quick burst as well. This one is basically these kind of light flare things going on. Then we've got this one, which is just the light kind of starbursts. We've got this one that's more or less just really large starbursts or thin spiky ones. Then we've got this one that's just kind of a nice glow, and this one which is kind of a spikier glow. And then in the center we've got these kind of sparkies swirling around. Give it a sec. Yeah, there you go. So you can see all that together again. Here is all of that anticipation going. Okay, then we've got our very beginning burst, which is just like at the very beginning when these things are first appearing. We've got a small distortion. We've got the same kind of lighting flare stuff that I had in the other ones. Got a few little sparks there, and we've got just one of those big long flat flares. Okay, moving along, the particles parts. That is, we'll skip the particles here and we'll go straight to the main beam to start with. So we've got several pieces here that are, all of these are various meshes. Can I turn on my, you can see here, this is all of these meshes here that are making up the bulk of this effect. I'll just kind of scoot some of them over so you can see the different pieces a little bit. So we've got one like this at the top and the bottom that's just kind of a glow. I think it's this one's the other one. Yeah. So that adds a nice little touch there. Then we've got, just kind of a yellow one. We got this one's kind of a center beam. We've got this one that kind of uses the same shader. I'll look at that in a sec for you. And then we've got another one here that's kind of a more crazy light yellow one. We've got kind of just some energy going down, and then last one we've got distortion here, so we can kind of mimic some light refraction like would be happening. And then maybe that wasn't the last one, this one, I'm not sure what this is. Oh, this is a blend shape one. That's why it looks weird. So this one's an anticipation one. It's just a simple blend shape that has some color, and then it flashes in. Alright, so I'm going to undo all that so I don't accidentally screw myself over or save it backwards. Okay, so we got the main beam. We got the same kind of deal going on with the bottom section here. We've got a few various layers. Got this kind of black smokiness going. We've got this one. This one has some funky UVs on the mesh here so that it will go at radial. We've got our edge here. We've got another edge. We've got more black smoky. We've got another black smoky. I really like those black smokies. Then we've got kind of this, light impact cone mesh sort of thing. I don't know what to call it. Then we've also got this same kind of thing but flat. And then we've got a dark scorch remains that stay on the ground after. That's what you see fading at the end. Same with this one. They appear at the beginning here, but then they don't fade for a little while longer. And then we've got, I think this last one's that blue one. Yep, blue one that fades last. Okay, so we've gone through the bottom, we've gone through the main beam. The top is set up pretty similar. You're not going to see anything too crazy here. We've got a triangle here that, whoops, I clicked the wrong thing. Got a triangle here that has just some rotating texture on it. Same with, oh, it's just a border. This one is the same thing, and just another layer of rotating texture. This one is just a pyramid there, so it kind of gets the light refracting from the, the starburst that shows there. Lights, just a simple light, the spotlight that hangs out here, and I think it just, yeah, you can kind of see it animating there, but it's really fast, so you don't really see it very well. Then in here we've got our trail. This is the little piece that spins around the capsule. You can kind of see it as I scrub through there. And it leaves behind some sparks and some flare, so it's got like a little sparky going on there. And there's a light on it, because lights are great. And since this doesn't need to ship to anything, it can have a lot of lights. Okay, so we went through main beam, light thing. Okay, so we haven't gone through particles or animated triangles. So we'll go through particles real quick. This is basically the actual, all the particles that make up the main effect. So we've got main sparks here, very fun. We've got sparks on the bottom here. We've got more sparks on the bottom that are just kind of faster. We've got center sparks that, oh, I don't know why I called those center sparks. They're just kind of more bottom sparks. Then we've got a lot of lights flashing. It's hard to tell which one this one is, but it's the top one because lights always play, even if you have them only selected other things. We got more lights, got lots of lights because this is a very light effect, so it needed to have plenty of lights. We've got some center sparks that kind of just swirl around that work well. And we've got same kind of thing, but it's got trails on it to give more of the, I know it's hard to see with all this stuff moving around. Then we've got a distortion for the initial kind of impact there. We've got another one up here, does the same thing. We've got lighting flares on the top, which is just like these, it's like a hemisphere of just more of that kind of light flare stuff that I go on. And same kind of deal down here, just circles. Okay, now we're going into the burst here. We've got all the stuff that happens immediately when this part's enabled. So you've got these big bursties. We've got a big flare, because this part needed to be very impactful, so I went, all out here. We got a bunch of flares. We've got a bright light that I think actually sticks around for the whole time of this effect. Yeah, it lasts for multiple seconds. Then we've got a burst of sparks there. We've got some dust at the bottom. We've got a triangle burst. This you barely even see because it's so quick, but it helps a lot. Same with this triangle distortion. It looks a little funky if you look at it in slow motion, but it works well enough to give the impact. We've got some, some more of those flares. We've got some more of these flares. As you can see, we copy and paste a lot. And we've got some of these that just kind of burst out. This does the same thing. Okay, then we've got some bigger, or not bigger, but we got some more spheres here for when cylinders for when it is kind of emitting, the whole effect's going off. We've got one more of those. We've got some of these kind of showing off the light, and we've got central kind of energy light there. We've got more of these. We've got more of those. We've got more of those. Center sparks. These are just kind of spraying out as the effect is happening, going out the back. Those orange doesn't really do it justice. They kind of just spit out the back. Then we've got more of this kind of, you saw some of that earlier, different sized. And then we've got a nice like thin lasery kind of thing that connects it all up here. Let's see, what's the line? I don't think I used that actually. Okay, so I think that's gone through everything. It's a lot of particle systems and a lot of stuff that gets animated here. A lot of these animations are for the, oh, I didn't go through the triangle stuff. So we've got some triangles. I set up a kind of a funky hierarchy here, so I can only rotate one transform on each one, or move. So you can see, so this one rotates along here on the Z, and then you've got, you know, pyramid 1 or 2, whatever they do here. So all this is just fancy animation, really, nothing really crazy here. It's just animating various triangles and shapes. This shader is a little bit funky. I named it Funky Triangle. I made a kind of a custom light shader. It's for a triangle things shader. Come on. It's a little bit complicated, maybe overcomplicated for what it's doing, but I'm probably not smart, and I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but this is the way that I did it. Basically, we've got this texture that's scrolling, and then it kind of fades in and out on top of each other, which kind of gives that, you know, light refraction. And then you add a little bit of, I don't think I used that one, this one here, to a little bit of, maybe not distortion, but like scrolling and randomness here, and it kind of makes a cool light thing. And then it's just animating emissive values, or making it reflective with all of the lights going on that make it glow so much. So yeah, that's more or less the breakdown here. I know that doesn't really go in super depth here, but hopefully it's helpful if you're trying to make an effect kind of like this sometime. Anyways, thanks. See ya.